Hi, kids. We are
Hi.
so excited that you are joining us for the next few weeks so that we can do some summer learning. We know that you might not be as excited as we are, but we're hoping that we are going to make it exciting and we are going to make it fun, and we do not want it to be a waste of your time, and we don't really want it to be boring either. So we're going to do our best to make that happen. So what our vision is for the next 5 weeks is that our March's Reading Month got cut off right in the middle, and we never got to finish Astro Twins and talking about, first of all, how amazing this book is, but also about how amazing space is and the idea of outer space and rockets and planets and stuff. So we thought that we would continue that learning this summer, and we would really take a dive into outer space to kind of study more about that.
I'm super excited about this. This is actually one of my favorite topics to study.
I'm really actually mad about this because today is the 5th of July. It is Sunday right now, and it's pretty late at night. But last night there was a lunar eclipse. And if we had started this class last week, then we would have been able to talk about the lunar eclipse that was last night. Anyways. Okay, so what you're going to be doing in a day is you'll have some kind of task to do for us that'll be on Google Classroom. Usually it has something to do with a book or an article or something to read and think about or respond to. You might have to maybe like answer questions or make a video on Flipgrid or talk to other people that are in our group or talk to us about what you're learning about. Also, iReady reading about 20 minutes a day. And there is another video talking about what to do if you have a very long iReady lesson called a close reading lesson, and you're still only spending about 20 minutes a day on iReady. You really don't need to do more than that.
Yeah.
And we want you to read. Of course, read every day. Hopefully you're doing that anyways, and that won't be an added thing. You don't have to sit down and do all of these things together. You might have a time where you're working on the computer and then a time where you're working off the computer. You might do your best reading right before you go to bed and want to do it then. Yeah, right. Or you might find time during the day to squeeze those things in. The schedule is going to be up to you. We'll post the stuff every morning at 7 a.m. for you early birds, and it'll be on there when you check in. So you want to tell them about how we're doing meets?
So we're not having like a meeting every day or anything like that. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow, because today's Sunday. So we'll have a meeting at 9:30 to kind of go over what our expectations are going to be for you. But what we want to do with meetings is we want to use that time
to talk about cool stuff.
To talk about really cool stuff, like to have conversations about what you're learning and things that you're finding out on your own. At some point this summer, you're going to be doing some research. So we're really excited to find out what you have to share about what you're learning there, because we're going to have lots of different topics, I imagine, that people are going to be examining. And then we, if you have any questions or if you are having trouble with anything, like we are always available to help you with those things too, where we might need to do like just a quick meeting to get you started on something if you're really, really stuck. But we're not planning on doing a meeting like on a regular basis. Like
maybe once a week or so, but it's not going to be an everyday thing. Usually what'll happen is that you'll get up, and when it's time for you to get started, whatever time that is, you'll log onto Classroom. There will be a list of your tasks for the day, and there'll be a video like this, but a lot shorter, that kind of tells you if there's anything special you need to know about the lesson or anything that's new. Just watch the quick video. It'll give you a start, and then you go off and do your thing. And when you're done, you're done. So this video is super long because we have to tell you all that beginning stuff. And now we're going to tell you what you're doing today. So today you are going to read a book. You are going to do 20 minutes of iReady, and you are going to do something called a Pear Deck. A Pear Deck is a very fancy Google Slides presentation where we can put questions on and you can answer the questions in the Pear Deck. And
it saves your answers so that we get to see what your answers are.
Yep. I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I'm going to show you what the Pear Deck looks like. When you open it up, it's going to look like this. It's going to ask you how you're feeling today. Feeling great. And it's going to come up and it's going to go through a slideshow for you. The slides have audio on them, so if you want to listen to the book, you can, or you can read it yourself if you want to do that. And as you're reading or listening along to the book, every now and then it'll pop up with a question, and you are going to answer the question. I'm going to skip a few pages ahead. You're going to want to read this book because it's really cool. Mrs. Provost made a really good video about how to use the deck as well. Hopefully you already watched that, or you are going to watch it after this. So here's a question pop up. You read it or listen to it and type your answer over here, and that goes straight to us. So there's a couple questions. We made the one for today pretty easy because it's your first one ever, and we just wanted you to see what it looks like. So
it is really important though with the Pear Deck and any reading that you're doing for us, that you make sure you read everything that's in the book or in the article that we give you, because there's going to be some work that goes along with it. And if you miss the reading part, you're going to miss out on what the understanding is that goes with that.
Absolutely right. And the stuff that we're pulling is really good. Like, we think it's our best of our best. And it's very interesting too. So once you're done doing those three things, read a book, you might do that later, the Pear Deck, go back over to Classroom, because we're going to also post interesting stuff that we found that goes with what we're learning about. So if you want to learn more about, like today we're learning about living on Mars. If you want to learn more about that, go back and check out videos and stuff for that. Okay, are we good for today? Okay, sorry this video was so long. Tomorrow's will be a lot shorter. We love you and we hope that you have a great day. Please let us know if you need any help.